Good evening, everyone. I want to start off, I want to thank Redeemer and Bill for having us here. I appreciate it. Followed by the Sheriff's Office that's here tonight. I want to introduce them and thank myself. Lindsay Moore here, she's our attorney, and any difficult question goes to her. Kevin Dahl, our Public Information Officer, he's here. And it's important that we get this out there to the public. It's like we deal with prescription pills, like we deal with any major issue. The shame is not having to deal with that problem. The shame is if you don't talk about it. And that's why it's good we get it out there. It's good that we open up that door and say, this is an issue we need to deal with. We have Lieutenant Law here. He's going to get up next. He's in charge of our school resource officers. And they're the ones who deal with it with the schools. They're the ones who see those issues. So day in and day out, and Senator Legg was right, it's a stalking issue. That's what it really comes down to. When you look at the laws, it's stalking what they're doing. Also with this is one of our chaplains, Minnie. She's a good friend, and I want to thank her for being here. And I tell you that we have a chaplain here, and it's important. And we have a chaplain in the Sheriff's Office, and Bill's one of our chaplains. It's because our members, we deal with post-traumatic stress. We see horrible things every day, and it's important that our members deal with them, that we talk about them. And we're going to continue to deal with them. It's just like the military, we're going to continue to see bad things every day. Our children shouldn't. Our children should not have to deal with those issues, but they do. And that's why it's important, we say it's okay. And if a deputy can say I need to get help sometimes, it's okay for you also. It's okay. If you're a teenager and you say you need some help because of what you see, what you go through, that's okay. A lot of the major tragedies we see in our country, three things. It's been terrorism, it's been mental illness, or domestic violence. They are the root of the major incidents we've seen in our country in the past over 10 years. Bullying, I could tell you right now, so many incidents we can go back to and we could discuss that may have led to the incidents that we've seen. Those are those things that we deal with every day. From a Sheriff's Office standpoint, we deal with mental illness a lot. And the problem we deal with mental illness is the fact that society is not set up to deal with it. Because right now, Pasco County does not have enough beds for what we have for the issues we deal with in our county. That's a major problem. And that's why, I could tell you, you talk about dirty little secrets, I'll tell you one from law enforcement. The old saying used to be, we can arrest ourselves out of this. What's the problem? We can arrest ourselves out of it. Don't worry about it. Put them all in jail. That's going to solve the problem. It's not. It's the same with this bullying. And I can tell you a quick example of how. We have a police athletic league. Football, cheerleading. And about 3 years ago, and it's Senator Legg's aide now, Tim Couette, we got together because we were the ones running it. And we found one of the biggest issues was the internet, that Facebook. Oh my, what people would say about each other. 6-year-old football. Kids were taunting each other, the things they were saying. What's even worse was the parents. The parents going back and forth, and they're just going and going. Well, we instituted a rule. If you say something negative about somebody else, you're suspended 1 game. You do it again, you're gone. That was the end of it. And you know what? It cut down a lot. And those that kept going, they were gone. But I can tell you, it's a learned behavior. The parents teach it to their kids. That's what we're seeing in our society, is that when we go to these parents, a lot of times the bullying that occurs, you go to parents and they're like, I don't care. That's the issue that we deal with. It's a learned behavior. You also see it that it stems from the domestic violence. The children of domestic violence, so I go back to the learned behavior. So from a law enforcement standpoint, I could tell you, we admit we can't arrest ourselves out of the situation. We know that. We know the Sheriff's Office is going to be partners with everybody we can, because to solve the issues our society deals with, it takes all of us together. Thank you very much for having us here. I want to introduce Lieutenant Law.